Hey guys, what's going on? MJ Madness here, and the NFL playoffs are right around the corner. So today, I'm going to be giving you my complete NFL playoff preview and predictions, breaking down my entire bracket from the wild card round all the way up to the Super Bowl. So let's get into it. Let's start things out with the wild card games over in the AFC. And our very first matchup has the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Colts have been a very solid team all year with a great defense, but they have one thing holding them back, which is quarterback play. Phillip Rivers is a perfectly average to above average quarterback, but he's old and he's not going to win them the games that they need to win. In the playoffs, if you really want to make some noise, you need that elite quarterback to take you to the next level, and I don't think the Colts have that. The team they're facing in Buffalo does. Josh Allen has been elite this season, and the Bills as a whole have been one of the hottest teams in football over the past month. And so I think the Bills should have no trouble knocking out the Indianapolis Colts in this wildcard matchup. The second AFC wildcard game has the Cleveland Browns facing off against the Pittsburgh Steelers. These division rivals met last week and Cleveland had the upper hand, but this time I think things may be different. The Browns have a high-powered offense with some very talented skill players, but they have had their struggles this season. They haven't even made the playoffs in 16 years, and going on the road against an experienced Pittsburgh team may be tough, especially because their head coach is missing this game due to COVID-19. I think Pittsburgh is talented, and with that veteran leadership of Ben Roethlisberger, I think they'll be able to edge the Browns in a close game. I have the Steelers moving on. The third and final AFC wildcard matchup has the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Tennessee Titans in what I think may be the best game of wildcard weekend. These are two very good teams. The Titans have been solid all season long, led by a great offense that's carried by one of the best running backs in football in Derrick Henry, as well as another year of solid quarterback play from Ryan Tannehill. Meanwhile, they're facing off against a Ravens team that struggled to start the year, but has been one of the best in football over the past few weeks, led by last season's MVP, Lamar Jackson. I think this game could go either way, but the Ravens will be motivated by revenge. The Titans knocked them out of the playoffs last year after they were the 1 seed, and I think this time Baltimore will be able to get their vengeance. I see them sneaking out a close win over the Titans in this wildcard game. Moving on over to the NFC, the first matchup pits the Chicago Bears up against the New Orleans Saints, and I think this may be the most lopsided game of wildcard weekend. The Bears do have a good defense, and Mitch Trubisky has looked better over these last few games, but still, this is an 8-8 team that is only in the playoffs because of the expanded format, and they are up against one of the best teams in football in the Saints. The Saints are a well-oiled machine that has an amazing offense and defense with some high-end players on both sides of the ball, and I think they'll have no trouble taking care of Chicago in this wildcard matchup. The next wildcard game has the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks in what should be another fun matchup between division rivals. The Rams face a very tough test this game, going on the road against a Seahawks team with a high-powered offense led by an MVP-level quarterback, as well as great coaching and a lot of playoff experience. The Rams, meanwhile, may not even have their starting QB, as Jared Goff missed the last game of the season with injury, and Sean McVay hasn't announced the starter for this wildcard matchup. Still, I do think the Rams may just have what it takes to get it done. For one thing, the Seahawks have struggled to end the year, and after starting off the season on a tear, their offense has sputtered a bit as the season has come to a close. Meanwhile, the Rams have a solid offense and one of the best defenses in football, led by an absolutely disruptive Aaron Donald, who for my money is the best defensive player in the league and who I think can haunt Russell Wilson all night long. I think this will be a close game no matter what, and absolutely it could go either way, but I think this will be my upset of wildcard weekend, and I see the Los Angeles Rams pulling off the miracle and sending the Seattle Seahawks home in this wildcard game. The final matchup of wildcard weekend has the Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing off against the Washington football team. Washington has been a great story this season. Alex Smith has come back and given them solid quarterback play, and their defense has been good all season long, but I don't think they have much of a chance against Tampa Bay. It's true the Buccaneers have had their struggles this season, but I've learned not to bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs. I think the Bucs will take their game to the next level once the postseason starts, and I think they'll have no trouble dispatching Washington in this wildcard matchup to advance to the divisional round. Moving back over to the AFC for my divisional round predictions, up first I have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, who as the 1 seed received a bye past the wildcard round. The Chiefs have been perhaps the best team in football over the past 2 years, and they have, for my money, the NFL's best quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, and great complementary pieces and coaching around him that helps them succeed. They're the defending Super Bowl champs and absolutely the favorite to go all the way to the Super Bowl and repeat, but I do think they have a bit of a test facing them in this Baltimore Ravens team. The Chiefs have still been good to end the year, but they've cooled off a bit, winning games close, while the Ravens have only heated up, led by Lamar Jackson and a team that really seems to be finding momentum. Coming off a wildcard win, the Ravens should come into this game motivated and looking to find a way to get past the Chiefs. But honestly, I don't think you can bet against Patrick Mahomes. This team is just so talented and so deep, and I think they'll find a way to beat the Ravens in what should be a fun, exciting, and close game. The next AFC Divisional game has the Pittsburgh Steelers up against the Buffalo Bills, and this should be another very fun matchup between two good teams that should absolutely go down to the wire. These squads, though, have been trending in opposite directions. The Steelers were the last undefeated team in the NFL and looked like the league's best over the first 10 weeks, but have seriously struggled to end the year, while the Buffalo Bills have only gotten better, and over these past few games have looked like the best team in football, as they have absolutely been blowing teams out, while Josh Allen has hit another level and truly looked like one of the league's elite quarterbacks. Buffalo holds all the momentum, and I predict that these trends continue in this divisional round matchup. The Steelers had that veteran experience and leadership from Ben Roethlisberger and a great head coach in Mike Tomlin, but I think the Buffalo Bills, who are a young and upstart squad, will find a way to win this game, and with the victory, announce to the rest of the NFL that they are here and they are ready to contend. So I have the Buffalo Bills moving on and knocking off the Pittsburgh Steelers in a very close game to advance to the AFC Conference Championships. Over on the NFC side, up first, I have the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Green Bay Packers in what should be a fun matchup between two former Cal quarterbacks. The Rams have been a good team this season, led by an elite defense, but I think the Green Bay Packers are truly on another level. Aaron Rodgers is my favorite for MVP this season, and he has a great team around him as well, and I think the Packers will easily be able to roll past the Rams and advance to the NFC Conference Championship. The final matchup of the divisional round has the Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing off against the New Orleans Saints, and this should be a very good game between two division rivals and two of the league's legendary quarterbacks whose careers may be coming to a close. The Buccaneers ended their playoff drought in style under Tom Brady, and at times this season have looked like the best team in football, but at other times they've been wildly inconsistent. The Saints, meanwhile, have been solid all year long under Drew Brees, and this is a team that just has so many weapons. Overall, both of these teams I could absolutely see advancing to the NFC Conference Championship or even the Super Bowl, and this really is a game that I could see going either way. But in the end, I have to pick the Saints. I think they're better on both sides of the ball, they're more well-rounded, they're better coached, and they'll have home field advantage. And all that should be enough for the Saints to win a very close game over the Buccaneers in this divisional round matchup. So, I am predicting that the AFC Conference Championship will be between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, and this could be an absolutely legendary matchup. What is there to say about Kansas City that hasn't already been said? This team is an absolute juggernaut, and led by Patrick Mahomes, has all the makings of a modern-day dynasty. They are absolutely the favorites to repeat as Super Bowl champions, and it would truly take something special to knock them off. I think the Buffalo Bills, though, may be able to do just that. Now, the Bills absolutely are young, unproven, and inexperienced, and they are facing an incredible challenge. But this team, there's something different about them. They've shown me over these past few weeks that they can be the best team in football, led by a quarterback who's truly taken his game to another level and all the complementary pieces around him to support that success. Now, it may be foolish to pick against one of the best football teams of our generation, but I think the Bills truly have what it takes. So I am predicting that Buffalo pulls off the monumental upset and knocks out Kansas City, advancing to the Super Bowl. In the NFC, I'm predicting that the conference championship comes down to the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. These are, I think, the two best teams in the conference, led by two legendary quarterbacks, and man, this would be a fun one to watch. Not only do these teams have great quarterbacks, they have everything around them as well, with great coaching, a good defense, and some high-end skill players to support them. I think either of these teams could legitimately make a case for winning the Super Bowl this year, but only one of them is even going to get the chance to be there, and I think that team is going to be the New Orleans Saints. Now, they faced a huge challenge in the one-seeded Packers, but this is the year where I think they finally exercise those playoff demons and find a way to advance to the Super Bowl. So, I am predicting that Super Bowl 55 will be between the Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints. And man, this would be a fun one to watch. The young upstart Bills, led by one of the league's rising stars in Josh Allen, against a veteran Saints team led by Drew Brees, who may be on his last legs and looking to win one final Super Bowl before he goes out. This is a game that I could truly see going either way, and both of these teams are absolutely worthy Super Bowl winners. But in the end, I have to pick a victor, and I predict that the Buffalo Bills will be your Super Bowl champions. I think after upsetting the Chiefs, they need to complete that Cinderella story, and while the Saints absolutely will give them a run for their money, I think this Buffalo team is something special, and this will be the playoff run where they put it all together and make it all the way to the Super Bowl and win. And I think Josh Allen will win Super Bowl MVP. But no matter what happens, we should have a very exciting NFL playoffs in store for us, so be sure to subscribe to the channel for more football coverage all postseason long. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, so please let me know down in the comments below what you think of my predictions and your playoff predictions as well, and who you think will be taking home the Super Bowl this season. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next time.